Hey, Kristen, Ashe Johnson here with BodyInUnity Yoga School, the third section of session 4 of our FeetUp FeetUp course. I turned my trainer around so I could turn my head the other way. So if you have your mat facing or oriented the same way as me, which I recommend, turn your trainer to the other side. Take a breath, get centered. Hands on the frame, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Oh, guess what? Come down onto your knees, flip that baby around. Let's get oriented with the trainer the other direction and use the cushion toward us. So now, come into a downward facing dog. You can take a moment to lengthen out your side body, your calves, your hamstrings, your whole back line. Feel cow tilt, feel cat, cow tilt, cat tilt. Just be aware where you are. Come onto your forearms and kind of hold on to the cushion here at the end. So the elbows will be hanging off a bit, and your hands will be pressing down into the cushion. Now, drop your head down and push your shoulders back behind your elbows. You could keep your knees straight as long as they're not locked, or you could have them bent. But straighten your arms into downward facing dog, pulling those elbows in toward the midline, lower to your forearms, and push back. Do that a few more times. Lift, lower. Actually, let's do something different. Let's take our legs wide and lift the elbows, but pull them into the midline to lower them down and push back. Lift and push back. Breathe in. Lower onto the forearms. One more. Lift. Lower. Come up to your hands to the edge of the cushion and take your feet maybe as wide as the mat or maybe a little bit wider. Think about a downward facing dog, but your toes are now closer to your hands than they would normally be. Put your right hand in the center of the cushion and let your left arm reach forward. Then lift your left arm, reach for the sky like you do thread the needle, right? Bring that left arm down and through. Look toward your right heel. Reach underneath for your right lower leg or walk down that lower leg to your ankle. Then push, not forward through the trainer, but down. Push down into the trainer. Push the trainer down. Look under your right armpit. Let your hips move back. What are you doing here? Cat or cow? Could you control between them? You're not doing too much of one or the other. Just connect. Connect to your breath. And both hands come to the trainer. Walk your hands forward and walk your feet to the center. Lower your pelvis on your upper thighs or somewhere around the lower pelvis or the hip creases onto the cushion. Bring your hands onto the frame. Tuck your toes under. Bend your elbows. Squeeze those upper arms into your midline. And pull up a little bit into a little bit of a cat tilt. But add that upper back extension. Head coming along for the ride. Now take your hands and pull. Pull the trainer legs back. Turn your toes over. The tops of your feet. Now lift by pulling, not pushing. Lift by pulling, not pushing. Your upward facing dog, which you pull instead of a push. Hands slide back, come onto your knees. And roll your hips around in a circle. onto the cushion on either side, plank pose. For this one, we'll be twisting to the left. Put your big toes together, and you'll come on the outer edge of your left foot, and then back to center. We won't go to the right this time, just left and then center. Left. Now see if you can center the shoulders and the head while you let the hips go to the left and center. Remember that. Lift through your midsection. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And I just feel like we're so close to a side plank. Let's do it. Take your left hand into the center of the cushion. Roll to the outside of your left foot. Maybe a star. Maybe a tree. Maybe you reach and grab that toe and lift it up. Not me, but you might enjoy that. Bring your hands down. Lower onto your knees. Reach long. Hips back. Head down. It's a nice place to release. Really nice time to release your wrists. Wrist circles. Come on up with those wrist circles. And remember, anytime you can get that mobility in your forearms, it's going to really help that whole line, that whole kinesthetic line. It's not just our wrists that are having the problem. It might be limitation somewhere through the shoulder, the forearm, all the way down the body. So think of the holistic opening up. But pay attention to your forearms too. Here we go. Hold on to the edge. Downward facing dog. A little wider, but a little closer in. Feel free to bend the knees. And the right arm comes up. Right arm sweeps through. Now you're looking under your left armpit, reaching towards your left lower leg, walking down that leg, possibly to the ankle. Press into the center of the cushion, and press down. Now you can also press back. Lift your belly button. Relax your neck. And feel those beautiful spaces. Where are they? You could make this into a progression or regression with your own creativity. Make it more challenging, make it more gentle as you practice on your own. And give yourself permission to do so. Back to hands on the trainer. Hips come to the cushion, hands come to the frame. We'll start with the toes tucked and push. Feel the difference if you're pushing. Add that little tail down, tail reaching towards the heels, pubic bone reaching towards the sternum. But now pull. Instead of pushing, pull. Pull the trainer back and turn your toes over. See how that feels for a different sensation in upward facing dog. Go into a cobra. Keep pulling. Lift your belly. Bring your hands back. Lower down. Circle your hips. You might turn your wrist over here. Intuitive, let it be intuitive when you need that release. Don't wait for somebody to tell you. If you need it, take it anytime you need to. Shake them out. Good release. Hands to the corners. Plank pose. Shoulders over wrists. No saggy lower backs because the lower back's not happy. Let the belly help the lower back by bringing the pelvis to neutral. Bring your big toes together And then roll to the outer side of your right foot, but see if you can keep your shoulders and your head more neutral. Lift. Feel the plank roll. Think of a log. You're just taking half that log and twisting it. The other side of the log, it's got a little swivel. Bringing out a towel through the center. The upper part of the towel is still. The lower part of the towel shifts. Now you're on the outside of your right foot. Bring your right hand to the center of the cushion, side plank. See if you can bring your right shoulder right over your right wrist. And then take the side plank of your choice. What is it? Star tree. There's lots of versions. There's not one in particular that you need right now unless you need it. Back to your trainer with your hands down to your knees. The reason we practice those rotations is we're going to use them in our inversion for this block. We practice the knees to chest in the tuck, and then when your weight is on the back of your shoulders, and we practice the lifting the knees up to hip level, about approximately parallel to the floor, where your weight goes a little more into your shoulders. Today we'll practice coming up, knees to parallel with the floor, and then side to side. Rotating lower body, upper body will be relaxed and stabilizing. Let's go. Get into your trainer any way that you see fit, and then come up to your feet. Walk your toes in. Come to the tippy tippies, like pretend that you're a ballerina and you're doing toe work. Right on the tips of your toes. So you pull your hips back over your shoulders. Squeeze your belly and bend your knees as much as you need to. Use your ankles and your knees, your hands in your belly, and your breath. Breathe in. Exhale, float. From your tuck, relax your shoulders, relax your neck, and begin to lift your knees, heels to butt, heels to butt, heels to butt, knees up. Now bring your weight onto the tops of your shoulders so you are a little bit more vertical. Wow, nice. Turn those knees towards me. So you can keep your weight even through your hands. Bring them back to the center. This is all happening in your belly. Turn your weight to the other side. So I'm going to show you my knees now, and my feet will face the wall, and then I'll show you my feet. I got a little boo-boo on my feet. Let's do one more. Can you smile? Can you relax your neck, your jaw? Focus, breathe, and enjoy. Roll back, knees to chest, roll back on your shoulders. Feet over your face. Could you, from here, could you come into a FeetUp asana from here without bending your knees? I don't know, maybe you could, maybe you couldn't. You could try, slowly, breathing, using that center. You've developed a lot of awareness there over the last 3 weeks. And then maybe from there, you can come to out of the FeetUp asana into a pike. And from the pike, very slowly, gently, with control and quiet, let your feet tap down, come to your knees. Good job, live student. That's amazing. Good job, virtual students. I think it's working. The manifestation, the cultivation of the upside down, joyful. We're turning the container upside down to shake some of that joy out that kind of gets stuck. I hope it's working for you too. That's the end of section 3 of session 4 of the FeetUp course called Inversions and Awareness, or Awareness and Inversions, with me, Kristen Ashe Johnson. Next time.